above the patio.
We could do whatever you like.
Is that even
But right now, ooh,
Is that even possible?
I know how hundreds of thousands of parents right now are feeling. We just got done with our official day. Today was our first day of e-learning. And I have to go live, A, to document it, and B, to express some gratitude and appreciation greatly for the teachers out there, for the parents out there that are putting the effort and energy into their children, for my wife, who essentially is going to be doing the e-learning. Today, it was my day. Today was my day to go all in and make some magic happen for our kids. I never thought that this day would actually come where the first day of school would not be in school. What do you think about that? First day of school, you're in second grade, you're in third grade, and you didn't start school in school. No bus, no backpacks.
In school. No. At school. No. In school.
Apparently it's a sad day.
Oh no, wait, Joey.
Though
I want to do a trick.
apparently
something
there's
behind
been
your
some cabin
ear.
fever already, just sitting idle and in front of a computer
Let me try.
for
Wait, let me put it in.
for hours, and I'm feeling it.
Don't actually put it in
I'm
my-
pretty exhausted. I feel like I've just
Put
been
it in
through
your ear.
like a 6-hour
You can-
intensive leg workout, leg training.
Whoa, there's something
So today's the first day in the books.
in your ear.
Today's first day in the books,
It's like this
figuratively at this point, because there were no books involved.
one. Wait, no, I can do it.
So can we let's discuss this. I want to ask you a question. What was your favorite part about today's e-learning?
I like doing the scavenger hunt.
Okay, so there was a scavenger hunt at the end of the day, which basically we're gonna leave that there.
Oh, it's still
we're gonna leave that there.
spinning. Let's go, boy.
So this is about you guys. It's not about me. I want to know about your experience, about your third grade experience and Joe's second grade experience. Because honestly, for me, it's been a mixed bag of emotions.
Stay idle.
Not really knowing what to expect. I felt very, very prepared going into today.
Boom.
I know there's a lot of worry. There's been a lot of potential frustration. There was some nervousness going into today. Or listen, school's been starting for the last week. I know. I think we're probably one of the last schools to start, possibly. But I feel ya. I know what this is. Although it's going to be a challenge, we can't grow without a challenge. We can't get closer to our kids without having this opportunity. And it is truly an experience. Joe, you can wave to folks if you like. Prerna, great day. Prerna, have your kids started e-learning yet? I know some schools have gone hybrid. But as I'm taking moments of reflection throughout the entire day, I'm thinking, how would have I handled this at their age, knowing what I know now? And there's challenge,
Hello, Prerna.
but it's doable because you're prepared and you're honest with yourself and you're telling yourself, like, we can get through this. We can all get through this.
How is that fair?
So with all the worries and nervousness out there from parents and teachers and innocent bystanders, I want to say the experience was one of meaning, because we don't live our life by the events that happen. It's the meaning that we put behind it. And how we do one thing is how we do everything. So how we focus on one day's activity is going to really transpire to how we do so many different things.
You got schooled in pig.
Yeah, I did. I did get schooled in pig. And what I mean by that is we had a recess. How long was your recess?
2 seconds.
2 seconds, which is really, in a translation, it was like 30 minutes.
It was 45 minutes.
So we had some lunch, and then we did some basketball. We did some pig, and she schooled me in pig. She beat me PIG to P, and that's embarrassing. However, I've never been a basketball player. So day one's in the books. It's pretty exciting. So I wanted to document this moment and just let you know, like, be confident. Go in there and know that, like, I felt really, really prepared going into this school year, because every morning the kids do reading. You do reading every morning. How long is your reading?
20 minutes.
20 minutes of reading every single morning. And there's an assignment. My wife did an incredible job getting the kids prepared, or just keeping them maintained through the summer, because there's been an assignment for every day, Monday through Friday. There's an assignment. Probably takes them like 10, 15 minutes. Not even. Maybe it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
There's something.
But it's really kept them on a routine. It's kept them focused. It's kept them intentional with getting prepared for this day. And it's kind of a sad, it's just, again, there's a lot of mixed emotions. I can't really put it all into play. And of course, as I'm doing this live, I'm trying to really reach and feel what those emotions are, those feelings, or those values that we hold. But my optimistic mind told me this: I still want to fulfill all my obligations for the day. So it being Friday, which is strange, like you're starting school on a Friday, I had an obligation and a commitment and a purpose to do the You Call It at 12 o'clock today, Central Standard Time, a 30-minute workout. And I'm like, I can do this. I'm optimistic. I know I can get this done. I know that I can get this workout in, and the kids got this, right? Like it's computer work. There's no books. There's a little bit of supervision.
Heck, what's that now?
Was I wrong? Was I wrong? Because
You got red stuff on you.
that's probably one of those fire ants.
Oh. You got
Because
black
we
stuff.
had technical difficulties.
There's black stuff growing inside of you.
That's right. You certainly need some outdoor activity time right now. Certainly. But I want to know what your favorite part about today was. But let me finish this thought, because I think it's really kind of important for me, because my gratitude, like I told you, it runs deep. And it runs deep for the teachers, for my wife, for the parents out there, and also the You Call It team and the family. Rosemary stepped up today when I couldn't do it. Like last minute, I called an audible. Like it was 11:15. I said, listen, I don't know how I can abandon my children and be present in the moment. Present was my word for the day. I wanted to be present for my kids, to get them ready for the first day of school, to keep them sort of captivated and focused. But I also thought I could squeeze in that 30 minutes of You Call It, where I can get that body weight session in and get it recorded, uploaded for you so you can replay it and get all the body weight movements in. But it wasn't going to happen because we did have technical difficulties. Maybe it was user error. I'm sure I made a bunch of mistakes trying to get the kids on there.
There's black stuff, seriously.
And the challenge was real. But again, we don't get better and greater without a challenge.
Dad, there's
So I
black
want you
stuff
to
coming
accept
out of
that
your
it's
skin.
okay. Go in there not expecting, or the unexpected might happen, or the uncertainty of it all.
There's black stuff coming out of your skin.
I'm not sure what that exactly means. Like my pores?
No, there's actual black stuff, like little black.
So Rosemary, thank you for
Her name
really,
is Rosemary now.
well, it's Rosemary is how you pronounce it.
No, it's just Rosemary.
You know what? You can get schooled here too.
No, Joy, Dad, just say Rosemary.
Okay, Rosemary.
There.
Because would you rather be right, or would you rather be happy?
But do it the
Would
way
you rather be right or rather be happy?
Do it the way you really do it.
Who likes their toes pulled? I do.
Stop!
But then I'm assuming everybody does. So I'm very grateful
Dad,
for
seriously,
the You
say
Call
it.
It team
Say
that
it.
came together.
Dad,
My
say it.
bandwidth
Say
right
it.
now really is Monday and Friday, where I can get into the You Call It
Dad,
and
look
serve
it.
you and lead into it.
Dad,
So
Dad. There's black stuff growing out of your skin.
there is. You know those little hairs?
Those aren't hairs.
All right, so I want you to tell me,
They're
without further
hairs.
ado, because this is the reason why I'm putting this together. Joe's already abandoned the entire situation. Like he's fled the scene. Tell me what your favorite part of today was.
Scavenger hunt!
Okay, the scavenger hunt. Okay, so I get it. It was at the end. Joe, come out here, please. Mine was this.
As you say so.
It was probably 10:15. We were only a few short, probably hours. So we started at 8:30 with school. About 10:30, 10:45 hits. Jonna looks at me. Remember this, Jonna? She looks at me. She goes, "Hey, Dad, how long is school?" And I said, "Today?" She goes, "Yeah, today." Because I wasn't sure if she meant like, how long is the school season? She goes, "Well, yeah, today." I said, "Well, it's 2:15. We get out at 2:15 today." And she looks at me. She's like, like what? I'm like, "Yeah, it's 2:15. And I can see what was going on in her mind. She's like, I need to be in front of this computer screen for the next like 4 hours. And I'm like, well, yeah, right now this is e-learning. We have to be attentive and we have to be present with our classmates in front of a computer, taking notes, being aware. And that's the importance of us as being parents, is like, we have to pay attention to what our kids are experiencing. And parents, if there's anything you're learning right now, is what the effort is of teachers right now.
Bye-bye, Daddy.
And what they experience every day in class, because we've all been there. We know what it's like to kind of goof off and fool around and not pay attention and be distracted. Our kids are no different these days. As a matter of fact, there's more distraction than ever. Now I'm completely doing this live by myself, and I'm okay with that because, again, I want to document this, because when I look back at this in a couple of years, I don't know if we're going to start next year in e-learning or what it is. But this is really officially the first year that we've started school not being in school. And that's what social media is about, in my opinion. It's to document things like this and talk about things. Even if I'm not having a conversation with somebody, I'm just discussing it, allowing people to comment, maybe respond, extract some of what your feelings are based on this situation, because there's so many parents that are experiencing this right now. And it's kind of exciting. It's sort of exciting because it's a different era. Like, this is something completely new that we've never experienced. So besides getting schooled in pig for my daughter during her recess, I mean, I had to actually instruct when her recess was so we can spend, I think it was 30 minutes. I had to give her when her lunch is going to be, and her lunch fell about 11:15. Joe's lunch was about 11:45. So there's like really no way that I could have done the, you call it, facilitated a full workout, because could you imagine if the kids just ran free, or they were the ones that were to, you know, serve themselves during lunch? It would be absolutely probably chaotic. But I'd be okay with that too, but I just don't want to take that chance. So Rosemary, I said Rosemary. My daughter will tell you it's Rosemary. Thank you. Thank you for stepping up last minute and giving the great people in our environment a 30-minute workout that really, really served them. I know it did, and I appreciate you for that, and I appreciate so many of you. This is really a day for gratitude. It's for just, you know, I'm sort of filled with joy, although I'm fatigued, I'm tired, sort of exhausted. Like I said, I felt like I went through just an intense training session. But it's okay, and we're all going to be okay. It was fun. You know, they had their earphones on. They were listening. You know, my daughter's yelling. I'm like, why are you yelling? Why are you? They were both in the kitchen. I took some cool pictures, just as a memory. So, how was everybody else out there? How was your school? E-learning. Maybe you were hybrid. Maybe you were all at home. Maybe you are doing school wherever you're at in the country. I'd love to know what experience you had today, or your first day of school, that is going to be an everlasting memory. And here's the last thing I want to tell you, because as I'm sitting here watching, almost in amazement, how the kids are interacting and engaging and really holding their composure. No stress, no fear. See, the parents right now are having fear, they're having stress, they're having this anxiety about what's going to happen for the school year. We all get it. We all understand. We know that this is not an ideal situation. It's not ideal circumstances. Things are going to go sideways. The teachers are still learning. The parents are trying to situate things where do my kids sit? Stop getting ready to get ready and just put yourself into action. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction every single time. The kids are demonstrating that. Learn from our kids. Watch their actions, watch their behavior. See, our kids don't have these crazy limited self-beliefs that we do as adults, because they're still learning about themselves. We need to behave more like kids and our children, because we need to be more confident. We need to be more intent with our development and skill set so that we can be unstoppable. Like, I know, like my son's squirrely and he's moving around and he's getting impatient, especially when he's getting kicked off the internet. Like, he got kicked off like a few times. I don't know, it was 2 or 3 times. But we have to course correct. We have to move forward. We have to pivot when the time is right. Anticipate the fact that things aren't going to be perfect. It's okay. Humans aren't perfect. The system's not perfect. That's why there are erasers on pencils. Get it? Watch your limited self-belief. Our kids don't have that because it has not been instilled in them. So that's that. This might be something I go back to and watch a few years and like, gosh, we may be still e-learning. We might still be in a state where there's a pandemic or there's some other virus. It's not the coronavirus. It's I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know. No idea. But we're prepared. So with that, I want to say this. I want you to remain confident. I want you to be prepared. I want you to know that things aren't going to be perfect. I'm grateful for the teachers. Thank you, teachers, for putting yourself in a state of intent and commanded focus, because it's going to be challenging to get 20, 25 young children to pay attention to what you're doing in your classroom, your virtual classroom. I'm grateful and full of abundance for the parents that aren't going to quit on their kids and they're going to do whatever it takes to get their education intact. I'm appreciative of my wife for who's really going to be leading my kids, our kids, into this uncertainty of education and learning. I took on the role today, but my wife will be really taking the role for the next several weeks. And of course I want to participate. I'm going to contribute wherever I possibly can. However, I have other people to serve as well. I have other obligations and expectations and a career to fulfill. And let me say this while I'm doing my gratitude of moments. And I love my daughter made me some bracelets. These are very comforting to know that my kids are thoughtful enough to create me some things that I can keep and enjoy. And thanks for the You Call It team for coming together, because it really does make me proud. I feel like I dropped the ball today, but you came through for me. I appreciate that. And then also for those that believe in me. Like, I'm grateful for those that just they listen and they take action. And I enjoy talking about things that matter to people who care, because I care about you. So enjoy the Friday. We have an incredible call lined up today, so I'm going to start getting mentally focused for that, because right now I'm just a little razzled. It's like, man, it's just been like a whirlwind of things going on today. And I wouldn't trade it for anything, because I was present in the moment. I satisfied, fulfilled my word today of being present. So Gail, Gail, I appreciate you. I am a promise keeper, and I want you to have the highest of integrity that you possibly can, because I know you have it for your kids. I know you have it for your family and your friends, but that's just personal integrity, is you keeping the promises that you make to yourself, and when nobody's watching. So on that note, make it a great day. Make it a weekend worth repeating. I appreciate you all, and let's go. I gotta find my kids.